On the map, this is what the Ukrainian front looks like today. Let's start with the Kherson front, traditionally. Krinky, this section of the front is in front of you on the screen. In fact, everything has gone quiet in Krinky. The Ukrainian Ministry of Defense only reports that in the area of responsibility of the Joint Operational Group Odessa, in the Kherson direction, 2 attempts were made to storm the position of Ukrainian troops during the day. Ukrainian units are still holding part of Krinky, and these victims really don't make any sense. Su doesn't plan to attack, as expected. They are only destroying soldiers and equipment there. Krinky will still come under Russia's control, in my opinion. It's inevitable, it's just a question of when. The eastern strikes of Russian aviation, here approximately, let's say at this point, here Russian aviation is attacking the armed forces of Ukraine positions in Berislav. On your screen is video footage from there, and at this point, similar footage from Shliakova. Here the Russian bombs hit, huge explosions. That is, Russian aviation continues to work on the right bank of the Dnipro River. Now let's move on. The Zaporizhia region of Rabotino. There are actually very big changes on the front line. Russian troops are rushing into Rabotino. Here is a video on your screen. Russian armored vehicles combing the settlement with impunity and finishing them off. Points of resistance. Ukrainian soldiers are actually shot at point-blank range. Infantry fighting vehicles with paratroopers go forward and land near the houses. Rabotino is likely to be taken by the Russian army in the near future. Then everything is Ukrainian. In fact, the summer offensive can be multiplied by 0. This is what these changes look like so far. For you, it is shown in a slightly bluish color, where the Russian army, that is the Russian army, broke through. I broke into Rabotino itself. About here, in fact, the breakthrough was from the west. As far as it became, it is known that the Russian army is moving forward. In fact, here along the entire line of contact, near Verbovoye, also Russian. The army is advancing. Some Ukrainian sources are already claiming the Ukrainian army has retreated to the Surovikin line. The thing is, there are 2 lines here. One line runs approximately here. In fact, this line is visible from the satellite. The second line runs somewhat approximately here. So there were 2 lines of contact before this, which the Ukrainian army stormed all summer with massive losses. So now they're saying they've retreated to one of these lines. That is, maybe this line is all the way here where Ukrainian units are retreating, or maybe it's this line. It's impossible to say with 100% accuracy. Understood. One thing is that the Ukrainian army is retreating here. This whole offensive, which the Ukrainian army carried out in the summer, is now disappearing from the map. Now the geomaterial has arrived. Really quite shocking. Here are the surrounded Ukrainian troops. Look at your screen. Some Ukrainian units were completely surrounded after the Russians broke into Rabotino from the west. At this point, there's video footage of the destruction of one of these units.